Hello and welcome to Champion Reviews. I'm Joe. Here with me is my co-host Dan.
Hello and greetings.
And yes, you read the title correctly. Both vampire episodes are being reviewed right now. Now, it starts solid with Spider-Man kind of thinking about how he's starting to have feelings for Felicia, or Black Cat, I should say, and that he's wondering if this is a betrayal to MJ because, well, she kicked the bucket in this show. Or fell into some sort of portal of the... what was it? The one accelerator. But the thing is, Black Cat shows up. They race around a little. She wants to, have a look at under his webs, so to speak. But the thing is, when it comes time to reveal the secret identity, Peter's not feeling comfortable. Mm-hmm. Because he tells her, well, if we do this in public right here, what if someone's watching us? We can't take the risk. We have to remember our secret identities are very important. Now, later in the episode, Felicia reveals she hasn't learned this lesson because the Felicia personality overpowers the Black Cat one, and she reveals her secret identity to the worst possible person, the supervillain Michael Morbius. Now, Landon had planned to reverse the process on, Morbius and to drain the immortality out of him and transplant it into Fisk and himself. Now, meanwhile, there's another player that enters the ring in the next episode. Blade's mom. Now, Blade, for some reason, decides he doesn't want to put her down. He wants to protect her and leave her a vampire forever. I don't know why. And Terry has to remind him continuously, you have a job to do. You know, if you were to... Your mother's soul is trapped in that vampire body. Freeing her would actually be the right thing to do as her son. And only at the end does he go, oh yeah, that's right. That's a thing in vampire lore. Whoops, sorry about that. Yeah, there's a reason these two broke up in this episode. Because Blade's an idiot in this episode. Mm-hmm. And while they go to threaten her, they destroy the neogenic recombinator for no reason. And she flies off. Morbius and Blade decide to team up and chase after her, as does Black Cat for no reason. I guess Black Cat wants to go be a damsel for them. I actually do like Black Cat to a limited extent in the series. And I do think there could be good stories with her. But by writing her out of the show here, no. Here's another thing. The problem with the first episode is it reveals that Morbius was playing Deborah's feelings against her. In order to steal her research notes, he'd sleep with her, steal what she knew, in order to get ahead. Mm-hmm. Now, the problem with that is that he was doing this while he was sleeping with Felicia, essentially seeing both women. I'm sorry, but Morbius in this universe is someone who creates a plague in his country to get ahead. He steals the research notes and research of others, including their experiments, sleeps around with various women, playing them and seducing them just to get ahead professionally so that he could later throw them away, using Felicia's money and contacts for his own profit, as well as out of spite against Peter. And he steals Peter's research, pins the blame on Peter, because, Peter's guilt complex. And he sleeps with Deborah to get her knowledge of neogenics. Mm-hmm. So, I'm sorry, but this guy, in what way in universe does he sound like a heroic guy or a redeemable guy? He's a psycho. Yeah. He's a sociopath. He's a sociopath.
It's at least Deborah realizes Morbius is not good news.
But
he's bad news. And
she still hung up on him in the beginning of the first episode and wants to help him throughout that episode.
But at least she learns, Flash Thompson is right there. Yeah, he's the better guy.
Yeah, and Flash, I think by this point, he's like, I'm done. Right now, they're on a break because Flash simps for no woman. I was about to say simps for no man, but that goes without saying.
I mean, he simps for Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man's worth simping for. But
oh, yeah, definitely.
But so long as it's classic Spider-Man, Peter Parker or Ben.
Oh, yeah.
They're the best ones. They're the only Spider-Man worth anything. Every other depiction has generally been bad. And when I say they're the only ones worth simping for, I mean, I'm actually excluding the movies and whatnot, because
Yeah.
God, the Ultimate Universe. Ugh. The only Spider-Man worth simping for, I'm just correcting us, are the ones in the comics up to 97 and the cartoon. They're perfect for the most part. Now, these two episodes were just, they're cringe. They're bad. Let's rate them. I'm going to say zeros. Big, fat, 0.
Yeah, they were mess with the lore.
And technically, Black Cat comes back. Remember during the Mary Jane, when she comes back and there's the whole clone saga here? Water clone saga thing? She comes back in that arc. So she's actually not fully gone off with Blade and Morbius. She occasionally pops back into town. So they're basically off doing their own thing. Why not get rid of Morbius entirely? Write him out of the show or kill him off. And you know what? Let's get rid of Blade while we're at it. Because these characters have no reason to be in the show. I would trade these 2 episodes for another Daredevil episode or 5.
Yeah, as much as I don't mind Blade in the series, especially earlier on.
What's the point of him?
This time around,
boring.
It's if they were going to write Morbius, yeah, I would have preferred Blade's mother over Morbius
as a villain. But Morbius is still too evil to be redeemed in this series.
Yeah.
He's not comic book Michael Morbius. Comic book Morbius is a decent guy. Cartoon Morbius is a sociopath. So tell us what you think of this episode. And don't forget to share it and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and once we do, we'll publish the first chapter of a dark fantasy horror novel for you. So until next time, till next time, I guess.